Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of
Startup Chat.
I'm Afshin Deuce.
I am Mo.
Hi, Mo.
Hello. How is it going?
It's going great, Mo. So, Mo, the last few times we've talked about different elements in a pitch.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, what should we talk about today? And just before you answer that, I just want to let everybody know that almost everything we talk about here is fully improvised.
Yes.
So we don't plan it from before. We don't have pre-conversations. There is nothing scientific about what we talk about. It's just two friends who are sharing experiences with people in the context of business and startups.
Exactly.
So we pick a subject, we chit chat about it, and hopefully you'll enjoy it, or it could be your white noise before you fall asleep. I don't know what you want to use it for, but hopefully you'll enjoy it, and you might learn something, or I don't know, you might like it too. So, anyways, going back to the subject, what do you want to talk about, Mo?
We had an extensive episodes
Yeah.
about how to pitch
Okay.
and what elements we should have in our pitch deck, how we should talk about each of them. Uh, but there is something that if you have on your package, startup package, it can help you a lot.
What?
I think it's mentor. Having
Mentorship.
right mentor
Yeah.
by your side, giving feedback on the pitch you are providing, and
Yeah.
you're going to raise fund or I don't know, sell product with it.
Okay.
Yes, let's talk about mentors.
For sure. I got to tell you a story about the mentorship. Uh, when I was going to school, I
Mm-hmm.
had a prof, and I'll name him. I'm not sure if it's still around. I've tried to look
Okay.
him up, haven't been able to find him. His name was Bill Main, and he was my prof at Douglas College.
Okay.
And he was a very accomplished person. He was a scientist, a musician, and a linguist, and a
Okay.
lawyer.
Wow.
Yes. And he was teaching first year English courses.
Okay.
And one day I pulled him over. I was just curious about why somebody with so much experience and knowledge is teaching a first year English course.
Mm-hmm.
And so I pulled him over and I say, "Hey, Dr. Main, may I have a conversation?" And he said, "Of course." And so I sat down with him and I said, I want to know your motivation for what you're doing, because you are so accomplished and you still choose to come and teach first year English courses."
Yes.
And he says, I'm happy that you're asking this question. The reason I'm doing this is because I want to have the most impact on people's academic careers and journeys.
Okay.
And by teaching them how to think, which is what he was trying to convey,
Mm-hmm.
know your audience, be concise in what you deliver,
Oh.
be to the point, try to get the message across, look at both sides of the equation, try to remove bias as much as you can. And the
Mm-hmm.
things he was teaching us in that first year course, he wanted to create impact.
Wow.
And he enjoyed watching his students transform
And grow.
and grow as he was
Yeah.
taking them through these lessons.
Mm-hmm.
And he told me they can apply what I teach them across the board in every engagement they have in their lives. And I absolutely loved what Dr. Bill Main taught me in that little
Mm-hmm.
session we were sitting
Yeah.
together. And then I started thinking to myself, how fulfilling would it be for you to see that you've been able to actually create a positive change in people's lives by being there
Mm-hmm.
and just sharing with them, right? So I think mentorship aims to do that, aims to get engaged with the goal of creating positive change, positive impact. And I believe that so often mentors can change the direction of your life, or they can show you how you can achieve more and what your full potential is. But at the same time, they also get to learn from the process.
Yes.
Because the learning is always both ways, right?
Exactly.
And I have had mentors in my life, numerous mentors, who have truly impacted how my life has changed.
Mm-hmm.
There is a book that I read once, The 5 People You Meet in Heaven.
Okay.
And it was a great book. It wasn't about mentorship, but it was about how there are some people who enter your life and change the direction of your life, some of whom you might not even know. It might be tangential to what you're doing, but they create big impact. I think mentors are the ones that are creating those big impacts, but they're in the spotlight at the same time. So my question to you is, how do you pick a good mentor?
No, that was the thing I was going to ask you.
Okay, well, I jumped the gun on it. So
Yeah.
the question is yours now. So what do you think? How do you pick a good mentor?
It is hard to find the right fit
Okay.
for your company, but I think doing networking as much as you can, expose yourself to different events.
Yeah.
Then I don't know, maybe you met 1,000 people.
Yeah.
And you find one or two.
Yeah.
That can really impact your business, your life, and your mindset.
Okay.
For me, the key is networking.
Okay.
And to sit with as much as people you can.
Yeah. As many
learn
people.
From them.
Yeah.
And see how it goes.
Okay.
What's your hack?
My hack, so far for me, it's just been a natural progression from a conversation into deeper conversations to spending more time together. That's how it's happened for me so far. It's like the synergy has to be there, the chemistry has to be there, and the conversation has to flow without you forcing it. And even though I know mentors, sometimes they can be harsh because they have to hold you accountable. And that's a big part of mentorship, right? And you can lose mentors if you don't have accountability towards the guidance you receive from them, because they don't see the impact, they get demotivated, and they don't want to spend time with somebody where they're not actually helping or creating impact, right? So that can be a little bit harsh at times if you're not really being accountable or coachable. But if you are coachable, and if you're generally speaking a responsible person who takes accountability serious, then it should be a natural flow of interactions and conversations that lead a friend or an acquaintance into being a mentor. But what I wanted to ask you was, how well do you need to know a person in order to create that mentorship relationship with them?
I believe in what you said, the chemistry.
Yeah.
First, you should make sure they have the knowledge in the field you're looking for.
Okay.
After that, it's the chemistry.
Okay.
Sitting with them, if you can spend time with them or not.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, for me, it's mostly like this. But there was always a blind spot for me. And who we can call mentor, what profile we can call a mentor. It should have certain age, male or female. I don't know, academic career, how educated they are, or we should purely look at the business side. What should we looking for when we are going to find a mentor?
Yeah. Well, I don't think sex, age, a bunch of things like this would be determinants of who can be a good mentor. I think mentors, sometimes they don't have to have deep expertise in the area where you want to work or have your startup. Like maybe a technical mentor who teaches you how to develop a product, who should have that kind of knowledge. but every mentor doesn't necessarily have to have a full knowledge of every area that you want to
Yes.
touch, right? So you could have somebody who's much younger than you to be a mentor because they have certain insights into areas that you don't.
Mm-hmm.
Or a mentor could be somebody who just has a very specific niche expertise,
Mm-hmm.
but the wisdom to be able to talk about things with you, maybe be a sounding board. Mentor could just be focusing on the ethics of how to conduct yourself.
Yes.
That could be a mentor. So it would have nothing to do with the technology you're trying to develop or the market you're going to,
Yes.
but they could just tell you, hey, look at it from this angle, and you might find your solution,
Mm-hmm.
right? So if you had to look at what the mentor does, I would say a mentor gives you guidance.
Exactly.
Guidance that sometimes you ask for, and sometimes they might volunteer it.
Mm-hmm.
A mentor could be a sounding board just to listen to you and let you figure out your own way, your own path forward,
Okay.
right? A mentor could be somebody you respect and somebody who actually has a network who
Oh
can
yeah.
introduce to you,
Yes.
right?
One of the most
And
important
of
factors.
course, and a mentor could just be somebody who holds you accountable for your own goals.
Mm-hmm.
So, hey, this is what I want to do. Okay, I'm going to make sure I hold you accountable to what you want to do
Yes.
to make sure you do it. So, there could be many different types of relationships with mentors.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe they're all valuable in their own form. And so, one thing that I would warn about is mentorship should be a portion of what you do, but you shouldn't rely on mentorship as the go-to for everything that you want to do.
Yes.
Because ultimately, you are responsible
Mm-hmm.
and accountable for your own life and your own goals in your startup. Mentors are just there to nudge you into, just being a little bit more
Mm-hmm.
and maybe open some doors for you.
Yes, exactly.
And that's all it is. So the over reliance on mentorship could be counterproductive,
Mm-hmm.
and you have to draw the line, right?
It should be clear for yourself why you are asking for mentorship from this guy.
Of course,
How much mentorship I need from this guy
of course,
in any field, or just network, or
yes,
just accountability.
yes, and you can outgrow your mentors too,
Oh yeah.
right? So a mentorship isn't a lifelong contract with someone.
Yes.
It could be a very small engagement, or it could be a bigger engagement, depending on how relevant that person can be and
Mm-hmm.
how long they can stay relevant to where you want to go
Yes,
and to help
exactly.
out.
How they want to engage your startup.
Of
or not.
course.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
have lots of mentor right now, and just many of them are just there to help. They don't
Yes.
ask for anything.
Of course.
But yes, some of them, they will tell you, okay, I will get that much
Yeah.
for this much time.
Yeah.
Just tell you how is it going. Oh, okay.
Yeah. That's
It
true.
depends on the expect you want from a mentor.
Yeah. So I would call some of those coaches
Mm-hmm.
rather than mentors.
Yes.
Because you can hire a coach, a life coach, a business coach, or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
and you might be able to hire a mentor too, but usually mentors are the ones who get engaged,
Yes.
help, because they want to create impact.
They add more value than you can imagine.
Yeah, I agree. Well, anything else you want to add before we call this?
I think it's good enough for this session.
Yeah, I agree. So thank you once again for being with us, listening to us, watching us. Please do like us and subscribe if you wish to. And we'd love to have, like always, your opinions, your feedback, and any subjects you might want us to chit chat about.
Mm-hmm.
Until next episode, have a great day.
See you.